Welcome to IGCSE and A-level chemistry classes. In this video, we are going to discuss about past paper 2. Past paper 2 questions related to electrochemistry. Okay. So here let us start our solving problems. Here first question from June 2007, question number 12. June 2007, question number 12. Okay, so look here, this question, a molten compound is electrolyzed. See here, it is molten compound. Two atoms of X deposited at negative electrode. At same time, three atoms of Y deposited at positive electrode. Two atoms of X negative electrode, three atoms of Y in positive electrode. Okay, so look here, 2x plus going to negative electrode, 3y going to positive electrode. Clear? So the question asking x is dash, y is dash. Okay, so you have to choose metal. X is metal or non-metal. So here it is a compound. Okay, molten compound. It is molten compound. Electrolysis of molten compound. So look here, electrolysis of molten compound means generally ionic compound. After electrolysis of molten ionic compound, we can electrolyze molten ionic compound. Ionic compound means there is metal and non-metal. There will be a metal and non-metal. Okay, so always positively charged elements are metal and negatively charged elements are non-metal. So here X will be metal. Okay, Y will be non-metal. Okay, Y will be non-metal. And the formula for this compound, look here, 2x, x2 and 3y, y3, x2, y3. So here B will be the answer. Clear? Okay, next one, question number 13. In which electrolysis chlorine, hydrogen, sodium hydroxide produced? Okay, in which electrolysis chlorine, hydrogen and sodium hydroxide formed? So look here, molten sodium chloride means there will be sodium and chlorine. Okay, molten sodium chloride, after electrolysis it produces sodium and chlorine only. Okay, so here these two cannot produce, these two options are correct. Okay, here this side, because here asking hydrogen and sodium hydroxide. Molten sodium chloride cannot produce hydrogen and sodium hydroxide. But here aqueous sodium chloride, it can produce chlorine, hydrogen and sodium hydroxide. Okay, so here B is the answer. Related to this explanation of this type electrolysis of molten and aqueous compound already we did. Okay, so you can check the playlist and you can find electrolysis of molten compound, electrolysis of aqueous compound. Okay, watch that explanation. Based on that explanation you can solve here this question. Okay, I am not repeating same explanation again here. Clear? Okay, next one we have to discuss here, question number 9. This question from November 2007. Okay, here the question asking here, the students set up an apparatus arrangement as shown below. The bulb does not light. One student arranged this apparatus setup. Okay, then bulb do not light. Okay, so here after the Student add some substance into this water, the bulb light. So what will be substance X? We know this is electrode, battery, bulb. Okay, pure water do not pass electricity. We should add some substance. We should add some electrolyte like sodium chloride, potassium chloride. Okay, generally ionic compound we have to add into water. Such type of compound will dissolve in the water and form positively charged ions and negatively charged ions, and it helps to pass electricity. This ions helps to pass electricity. Clear? So here barium sulfate do not dissolve in the water. Carbon it is not ionic compound. Copper it is not ionic compound, copper or graphite. Okay, potassium sulfate. Okay, so here barium sulfate or potassium sulfate, you have to learn in acid, base and salt one table, the salt which dissolve in the water, which type of salt do not dissolve in the water. Okay, when you check that table, you can see barium sulfate do not dissolve in the water, potassium sulfate dissolve in the water. So potassium sulfate dissolve in the water and it forms K plus and SO4 2 minus ions, and this ions helps to pass electricity in water. Okay, so D is the answer. Okay, next question number 12, same year, question number 12. What is the what is the charge on anode and what type of elements formed at such an electrode? So here two tables are given. Here first you have to say what is the charge of anode. You know anode it is positive, cathode is negative. Remember that always anode it is positive, cathode it is negative. Okay, so positively charged electrode, negatively charged ions are coming. Okay, remember this, positively charged electrode, negatively charged electrode. Positively charged electrode anode, negatively charged electrode cathode. So opposite charge will attract each other. Positive electrode, so negatively charged ions are attracting towards positive electrode. Okay, here positively charged ions are attracting towards negatively charged electrode. Negatively charged ions mean non-metal. I told you in previous videos, when you check atoms, elements and compounds, I explained these things. Okay, generally metals have positive charge and non-metals have negative charge. Okay, so here negatively charged ions are coming towards positive electrode. So negatively charged ions mean non-metals. So here answer D. Clear? Okay, next one, question number 13. The diagram shows how to cause the chemical change in molten compound. The diagram shows how to cause a chemical change in a molten compound. This is electrolysis of molten compound. Okay, this apparatus arrangement showing electrolysis of molten compound. What is the use? What is the process used for? What is the use of this process? This question asking what is the use of this process. Okay, so we know electrolysis, generally we using electrolysis extraction of metal, not neutralization, not production of fertilizer, removal of oxide from metal. This process are not using in electrolysis. Only the first one, electrolysis using for extraction of metal. Generally you learned already electrolysis of bauxite, aluminum oxide. After electrolysis we can produce pure metal. Also we discussed purification, refining of copper. Okay, impure copper, after electrolysis we can refine, we will obtain pure copper. Okay, these things we learned already. So electrolysis, this is the application of electrolysis, extraction of metal. Clear? We have another question. In this question, four apparatus arrangements are given. Okay, the question saying in which setup the apparatus is the metal key electroplated with copper. Here this one showing a piece of copper and this is metal key. We have to coat copper on metal key. So which apparatus arrangement showing here? This process is called electroplating. Coating of metal on another metal by electrolysis. This process is called electroplating. Okay. For during electroplating, here look here, we have to coat copper on metal key. So this metal key should be cathode. Remember, metal key should be cathode always. Cathode means negatively charged electrode. Okay, and copper should be anode. Anode mean here copper should connect with positively charged electrode. Okay, and this is electrolyte. Electrolyte should be a salt solution of copper, for example copper sulfate. So this apparatus arrangement only correct, not this one, not this one. Of course this two wrong. Okay, and here it connected wrongly. Okay, here copper connected with the cathode and metal key connected with anode. It is wrong. It should be metal key should connect with the cathode and copper should connect with anode. So only this is the correct answer. Clear? Okay, next one we have question number 12. This question from June 2008. June 2008, question number 12. Okay, again this question similar to the previous question. Here we have to coat copper on iron nail. We have one iron nail, we have to put copper on this. Okay, so we have to choose the correct apparatus arrangement. So I told you before, iron nail should connect with negative electrode, it is cathode, and copper should connect with the anode, it is positive electrode. And we have to coat here copper. So electrolyte should be an aqueous solution of copper. So here aqueous copper sulfate, not aqueous iron sulfate. It is of course wrong. Okay, so C and D not correct answer. Okay, here iron nail connected with anode. It should be connected with cathode. So only this is the correct answer. Clear? Okay, next one we have another question number 13. Two elements X and Y form ionic compound. Formula is given XBr2 and Y2O3. XBr2 and Y2O3. The compounds are separately melted. Okay, the compounds are separately melted and electricity passed through this ionic compound. Okay, so what are the product formed at cathode? We know cathode means negatively charged electrode. So we have two compound XBr2, Y2O3. Okay, after strong heating it will melt. So you just understand here XBr2. First one XBr2. XBr2 after strong heating it will change to X plus and 2Br minus. Okay, always this type of compound you remember, always left side it will be positive charge. Okay, X will be positive charge, Y will be positive charge. Left side positive charge, right side negative charge. Also you know bromine, oxygen, these are non-metal, they have negative charge. Clear? So the question asking here, which ions are produced at cathode? Cathode means negatively charged electrode. Okay, so you know positively charged ions will be deposit at cathode. So X plus and Y plus. Okay, so you have to say X and Y will be deposit at cathode. Clear? Okay, here next question, question number 14. Which change can take place during electrolysis? Here four different changes are given. We have to choose the correct change. Okay, so here the correct one, concentrated hydrochloric acid, it produces hydrogen and chlorine. Look here, concentrated hydrochloric acid. We know concentrated hydrochloric acid concentrated mean presence of water. There will be H plus and OH minus. Okay, H plus and OH minus. Hydrochloric acid, HCl, hydrogen chloride there will be H plus and Cl minus. Okay, so at cathode we have to choose cation. Okay, both are H plus, so here H2 gas formed at cathode. H2 gas formed at cathode. Okay, next one we have to choose the anion formed at anode. Okay, OH minus and Cl minus. It is concentrated solution. Because of concentrated solution, not OH minus, we have to choose halogen. Okay, so we had to choose chloride at anode. So chlorine gas will be formed at anode. So the product formed hydrogen and chlorine. So here this is the correct statement. After electrolysis of concentrated hydrochloric acid, it produces hydrogen and chlorine. Clear? So these are the questions we are discussing here in this session. Rest of the things we will discuss in next video. Okay, so thank you for watching this channel. Please subscribe, share to your friends, like the video. Okay, thank you.